We've started already and Giles doesn't want to do the intro. Wagwan, my fellas.
Well, what I was going to say is, to get this out of the way with, Jordan, have you ever had worms?
No, but I did once get a spider stuck in my ear.
In your ear?
Yeah.
In your ear?
I thought that was like northern for arse.
No.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like
I woke up in the morning and like my full ear was swelled up and bright red.
Whoa.
And basically I went to the doctors and they were just like, you've got a spider in your ear.
Oh.
So I just had to get it pulled
In
out.
England?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What? And it had it bitten you, or was it just like?
No, it just crawled in. It was
just inside you.
Was it still alive?
That's it. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't moving too much.
And it laid eggs, and then Jordan knew how to lash it.
Yeah, basically.
So there's some
That's where
fucking
the lashing-
Spider-Man shit going on there.
Whoa. I'm fucking shocked at this. This is really scaring me.
What? Because it
Wait. So how deep was it? Like
It was like right in there. Like I don't know how far your ear goes in, but it was like.
Well, I mean, it goes kind of into your.
did that not
brain?
freak? Are you okay with spiders?
I mean.
Oh, yeah, you don't like
not
spiders.
To have one in my ear.
No, I don't like spiders.
Keelan doesn't like spiders. I'm just going to turn my microphone so we can have a little bit more face to face.
I'll pick them up and shit, depending on circumstances. But like, I don't know, that inside your ear is.
Yeah.
I've had an ant stuck in my ear, but not a spider.
Not a spider.
I mean,
felt it was-
basically,
yeah.
just add a couple more legs, surely.
Yeah.
Nah, spiders are weird. And I did say right that my mate ate one of those massive house spiders because we all dared him to.
He ate one?
Yeah, like the big big ones.
What, the ones that look like?
really long
The
legs or a big body.
No, big body and big legs.
Oh,
No.
the juicy one.
We
Yeah.
were just in the corridor and I was like, he was holding it because he doesn't care. And everyone was like, eat it. And then he just went, oh, okay. Put it in his mouth, didn't think about it, just chewed it and swallowed it. And then everyone just went silent. He was like, what? I was like, what? Why did you do that?
Wow. Is he in jail now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eats
cool.
a lot of people.
Anyway,
Carnival.
welcome back to Carnival. Yeah, that's the right word.
No.
Carnivorous.
What do you call it? A
rat.
cannibal.
Cannibal. Oh yeah, Carnival just eats fucking
Struggle
meat.
so much with that.
Yeah, and I was
God.
like, yeah, it's a carnival.
Anyway.
Yeah,
well,
well,
that was quick to go off topic.
welcome back to the Motus Prodcast. Apologies for last episode. That was an interesting one. Some people loved it, I think.
Yeah.
Jordan loved
I
it.
loved it.
Yeah.
I was on the plane and I was listening to the full thing and I was just laughing out loud and every single person on the plane turned around and was like, who is that?
A lot of people have related to that thing. They've messaged me and they've been like, I've done that exact thing where you've laughed out loud.
Yeah.
You look like a fucking idiot and you're like,
Well, it was a lot of fun, but we can't do that too often, can we? That's not a good idea.
Yeah. It's one. Well, I mean, that being said, we do have another guest, and I think next week we're going to have another guest as well because the podcast is booming. People are excited.
Yeah.
But so the guest this week is Jordan Lee, not Jordan Tyler Lee, just Jordan Lee, which I thought because his Facebook name is Jordan Tyler Lee. But
why is it Jordan Tyler Lee then? If it's
Because
not
Tyler's
Jordan?
my middle name.
and that's why people think that my middle name is Campbell, but it's actually just my surname.
Double barreled. So
Yeah.
I'm not
I thought you'd.
double-barreled.
I thought Jordan was a posh boy like me. I got all excited. Had another one on the ranks. But welcome to our. I mean, it's weird because we basically spent the last few days together, and now suddenly we're like, "Welcome, Jordan."
Hello.
You flew to England to. The initial plan was to fly and go to the Fluidity event in Wales, and then it got really, really sunny, and then loads of people went to London, and we kind of bottled it, which is really bad because we're not supporting like the grassroots growth in the community. But we went and trained and filmed some cool stuff, and Jordan had never trained London before, so that was a kind of justified.
How have you never trained?
Well, so I've trained at IMAX once in the past, going from like a transfer. So I was getting the train to London and then I was going to Finland, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time I've trained in London. So obviously we stopped off at IMAX because we had like an hour or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I only ever go to London if I'm transferring somewhere because it's so cheap to fly from London to different places. Like Newcastle, you don't fly from Newcastle anywhere.
There's obviously there's an airport there.
Yeah, there's an airport, but it's just so... The only place that isn't expensive is Spain.
Oh, what, from Newcastle?
Yeah, from Newcastle.
How far is it from Newcastle to London? Like to drive?
To drive, I think drives like far. Actually, that's a complete. Maybe like 5. I've heard 5 hours.
So what's hilarious, right, is there are like numerous people around the world. I mean, Dom is a prime example.
Yeah.
Australians from the other side of the planet who have trained in London more than you, and you live 5.
Charles is
Sorry, dying 5 hours away, which to an American is just
Going
a
to
day
school.
trip.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so it's weird, isn't it? Because if you're an American, people would be like, that would almost be embarrassing.
Yeah,
Like, why have you never
yeah.
trained in London?
Yeah, but I'm so confused how it's 5. It's not like their 5 hours is shorter than our 5 hours.
Oh no, it's just savage for them. They just wake up at like 4 a.m. and they get on it. And I've heard of stories
well
of
done
like
to you Americans then.
yeah, I've heard stories about like rural people who like their dads take them to go and play football every Saturday, and it's like a 6-hour round trip and thing because they
Ridiculous, yeah.
and it's just the sacrifice they make because everything's further apart.
Fair enough.
So-
fair enough. But have you ever been? Well, have you ever trained south of England? Then, south.
No, I think the furthest south I've been is I think it's Liverpool.
That's not
Honestly.
south.
That's not
anything
south, but like,
that's south
anything north
you.
of the M25 is the north.
yeah, but that is like the furthest down
Yeah.
I've kind of went to train.
Oh,
anyway.
man.
Actually, no, that's a complete lie. I went to Coventry.
That's still north, I think.
Is it still north?
I don't know.
I don't know what.
But I mean, my
It's like Birmingham.
yeah. My idea of north is literally if you go above London on the map, you're in the
Yeah,
north.
you're north.
So because all the road signs, just the second you go above London, start saying the north,
North.
and I'm like, fair enough, that's the north. It's nicer down here, right? Grass is greener.
I actually really like this area. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
really surprised. Like,
Jordan was driving with me. I told you this today. He was driving and he goes,
country.
I didn't realise you were such a country boy. I was like, yeah, sorry.
No, I
in the
really
middle of
like it.
nowhere.
Yeah. But to be fair, I haven't been up north much at all.
yeah.
Just imagine, like, turn the saturation down, even on a sunny day.
More.
Everyone
like,
wears grey.
yeah.
Spiders crawl in your ears.
more industrial estates.
I think it's all the same. It's just grey.
To be fair, the north is shit apart from Newcastle.
Really?
Like Newcastle, like out of all the cities I've been to, Newcastle is the nicest.
I'm totally taking the
Really?
piss because
I mean-
I've been to Newcastle once and it is lovely.
Yeah, it's like I'm not being
sick.
biased here, but in terms of the city, it is just generally a nice city to be in.
Yeah.
Could
yeah.
I say Rotherham's up north?
Rotherham's up north?
Yeah, because when I think of up north, I only think of Rotherham
Well,
because
but-
Rotherham's disgusting.
Is technically Rotherham up north?
I think so.
It's like above Derby.
Yeah. Well,
Is that? I don't know if that counts as the north. To me, it's very north.
I think it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
because everyone's accent changes.
Like, yeah, very true. Everyone's like, "E up."
yeah, I wonder how many times we're going to get comments being like, I can't understand what Jordan said.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Now in Motus, Sarah was like, "I'm fucked" because now we have George, Robbie, and Jordan.
And imagine all of you in the same place. Like, there's not going to... Because, Robbie says he has to, like, slow down
Yeah.
his words.
Yeah.
Do you have to do that at all?
I'm doing that right now.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah. Like when because I notice, obviously I live in Norway now, so when I go to Norway, I try to speak more proper, kind of thing.
Oh, please do a proper accent.
Well, I'm not going to try and do one. Like,
Say, "Hi, I'm Jordan, and I like going swimming." In your best like PR accent or RP or
oh
whatever it is.
Jesus!
Yeah, RP.
Oh my God! Right, hang on. What was the line again?
Well, no, actually,
that's
wait.
it.
You work in a restaurant, which we'll go on to. So I want, hello, could I show you the, would you be interested in seeing the wine list?
Hello. Would you be interested in seeing the wine list?
That's actually not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Like,
The wine list.
but
It
I
It just
wouldn't
sounds like you're a
actually
bit
say it
constipated.
like-
You're like, hello.
That's crazy that you're actually slowing down right now, though.
Well, I'm not slowing down as much, but I notice when I go back to Newcastle, like everything comes back and I'm just full Geordie again.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Whoa.
But I was never full Geordie in the first place.
Do
Like,
people call you Jordan the Geordie?
No, never. It's just George.
All right,
Like,
just George.
George has caught on.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just drinking our beverages. I'm on the water. Keelan's on the ginger and
Ginger.
lemonade.
We are both, me and Jordan are on the ginger.
I mean, I'm way too strong though.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take a drink because I'm going to end up coughing my guts.
Find out you're allergic to that as well. Jordan is allergic to everything. Everything.
Oh, let's go into this now. I mean, it's on the list. We were going to go into it in a bit, but Sarah's was panicking before Jordan turned up. Well, I didn't even know this until I jokingly at the start of the online interview thing that I put on the blog.
Yeah.
Just asked the question, more as like an icebreaker, like
Yeah.
what are your favourite and least favourite
It was
foods?
such a perfect question.
And
though.
it's this list as long as my fucking arm of like, I'm allergic to this, and this.
yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Mad.
What are your, for the listeners at home, what are your sort of, what's the summary of what you can't eat?
Well, pretty much all raw vegetables.
What?
It's
Seriously?
No, well, not to that extent. I am over exaggerating, but what I'm actually allergic to is a certain pollen. It's birch pollen, but it's got some crazy name.
Yeah.
And that, like, there's some enzyme that gets on the raw vegetables, so I can't eat the raw vegetables, but when they're cooked, that enzyme gets denatured, it dies. So I can then, basically have... Oh my god.
When they're cooked.
Cooked. Oh, no, we're going at this, aren't we?
You were saying it earlier.
I had an argument with a friend. Well, not an argument, but we were just talking about it. Like,
Oh, and what do you watch when you go to the cinema?
a film.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
You said it
I
last
know what
night.
you
You were
mean.
like, a
I tried to stop myself.
A film.
Film.
A film.
Like, film.
But yeah, so you're allergic to raw vegetables but not cooked. But wait, so is it in the vegetables or on the vegetables?
No, it's just a pollen. It's just a type
So
of
if you
pollen.
wash the vegetables, you could eat them?
No, because it doesn't work. It has to die. Like, because it's the enzyme type thing, so it
yeah.
has to...
Okay.
Yeah.
What's-
That's not vegan,
What's
is it?
the like? What's the weirdest thing you're allergic to? Something that because I don't know all the things you're allergic to.
Oh, something that you really like. I don't know if you can have any more.
Oh, really?
Cooked breakfast. What is it?
Oh, beans.
No, the other one.
Wait, but are you allergic to beans?
He's allergic to baked beans.
Yeah, I'm allergic to beans. Yeah.
No, the other one, the one that fucked you up in the car. You were telling us.
What fucked me up in the car?
Bacon.
Oh, corn bacon.
Really?
Yeah.
But he can eat all other corn
I don't know
products.
what it... I haven't actually checked, but...
So have you tried? When did you have corn bacon?
Like, I remember I was going to work when I lived in England. I used to work at a trampoline park, and I was... My mum... I used to...
You saying this? You says my mum was
My mum.
My
Yeah,
mum.
but
Mum.
like, while I've been here, I've been saying mum. But yeah, like the corn bacon, I was on my way to work, and my mum bought me some corn bacon to like have for breakfast. So I ate it, not thinking anything, because I can't have all other corn products.
Maybe she just smothered it in pollen. She was like, "This will get him."
Fuck it.
On the bus, and I just feel my throat going, and I'm like, right, this isn't good. So I just got off the bus, quickly rang my boss, and was like,
I'm dying.
I'm literally dying. Like, you know what I'm like? I come into work all the time, but I'm literally dying. I had to go to the hospital and get myself sorted.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you just go on your own? Just the hospital?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
said
yeah.
like, look, I don't know.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Just get the bus driver to. Excuse me, mate.
Yeah, I just pressed the bell and just kind of sat it out until I went to the next stop.
my
And
gosh.
Fucking.
then, luckily, I was close to like the city centre, anyways.
What
But wait, did
they-
you get an ambulance or?
No, I just went to the hospital.
What did they have to do
Wow.
though? Like, what did they have an EpiPen or something?
What, they just give me this special type of antihistamine because it wasn't bad enough for an EpiPen. Like, if it was peanuts, the reaction would happen so fast.
Really?
But because it was just like,
That's my fucking nightmare.
yeah, it was just,
I get such bad anxiety over like, oh, what if I'm allergic to this? Like, I try a
Yeah.
new food and I'm like, what if this is going to kill me? And then
See,
that's like your
I
life.
never think about that. Which
That is I mean, you know, I struggle with fucking dumb shit like hypochondria and anxiety and things. Like, I can eat something that I've eaten 100 times before, and if I'm like just stressed out and in a foreign country, I'm
Yeah.
like, this might be different.
might
And then
be-
I'm
You
like,
might
and then I'm
die.
like, what does an allergic reaction feel like? Like, as far as I'm aware, I'm not allergic to anything. But I'm like,
No, neither.
oh. And then I meet Jordan, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, he lives it. Like,
yeah,
Wow.
literally. It's so frustrating though because I bloody love food.
I bloody love
Bloody
food.
love food.
But you can eat kind of all the good things.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
most of the good things. Like,
'Cause-
I am sad about beans.
Yeah,
Baked
baked
beans.
beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had baked beans?
Yeah,
before?
I was telling Giles about this the other day. I literally, because the last time I ate beans was when I was young. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what it is? I might have grew out the allergy, because I have grew out of some allergies. Like, I can eat egg now. I don't eat eggs that often, but I used to be severely allergic to egg.
And now you're
Now
fine.
I'm completely not.
Completely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can grow out of
How
them.
does
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happen?
Because your
It's
body
weird.
just like, I don't know, fixes the glitch.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was sitting on my computer. I remember I was playing some sort of game, and I was like, you know what it is? I'm gonna try some beans. Walk downstairs, like get some toast on the go, heat up the beans, come back upstairs.
Was it a bit like?
It
Did
just-
you have nerves?
I was a
Though,
little bit nervous, yeah.
Because I can
to be
imagine you
fair.
being like,
But then I had one mouthful, and usually I can feel it immediately, and it was fine. So I just
seriously.
downed the whole plate of beans and toast, and I was sitting playing, and then I was just like, shit. Like, I just felt my throat. I was like,
no.
downed loads of antihistamines, and then, yeah, it was fine.
And is it always
my
like a
gosh.
throat mouth thing? It's not like
Not necessarily, so
is your face going to swell up double the size?
sometimes it depends. It depends, like prawns. I don't eat fish, but there was
make-
one time I had prawns, and my mum said, like, when I was a baby, like, my face was, like, just huge.
But does your throat close up?
I can't remember. It might have started.
But like for the
Bloody
lols, you
hell.
could just like just down a few prawns and do like a video clip and be like, hello. Have you ever been tempted to like just like fucking get a packet of peanuts and be like and get your EpiPen on the ready?
Yeah, I tried a Snickers once. I was telling Kim.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Did you,
yeah.
So you, because you said this, but you didn't say like why you tried
Yeah,
it.
no, I thought you'd find.
But wait.
that was
So
a bit
you
weird.
you tried it. I tried Snickers once. Did you try it with the knowledge that it was going to fuck you up?
Like,
You were like,
I knew
"I
I
have
was
to try
allergic to
this shit."
peanuts,
Yeah.
but I thought it might have been the same thing as like
The peanuts are being
like,
kind of put in and
processed.
wrapped
yeah,
in chocolate.
yeah. So I thought maybe if I tried, but yeah, it didn't end well.
Did you have your EpiPen?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't have my EpiPen, but like I just took some antihistamine because the way it works is the doctor told me if I can feel a reaction starting immediately,
Yeah.
I just like chew on a bunch of antihistamines and it's fine.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
but does it sort it out as fast as an EpiPen?
Not as fast, like EpiPen's like immediate kind of thing, but yeah.
Do you? Because I wasn't aware that it's actually like. I know it has to have a needle on it, but I
Yeah.
just didn't really know how it worked.
Like, I've seen them before. Yeah.
I just never seen them.
Yeah,
because you were
yeah.
saying they had like
Yeah.
that
like
spring
the
and
needle's
shit.
hidden.
Yeah.
like,
And then you go like,
And you were saying you have to hit it hard as well.
Yeah.
You have to hit
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. That's scary.
but it's kind of life or death, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
you're
you're
like,
not going to be
can't
fussed
do
about a
this.
little stab. Oh, terrifying. But yeah, so basically, new addition to the team, incredibly talented athlete, just got to be a little bit careful with what he eats. So when we have the Michelin star chef on the tours, he's got to, we've got to have the dietary
Gotta
requirements.
let him know.
On one side, he's making the shittest low-grade food for George. On the other side, he's like, no peanuts.
I'm actually scared that one of us will actually
No.
accidentally poison you.
That's the thing, people stress out about it so much, and like I know what I'm allergic to,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, because like yesterday, we went to
Yeah.
Wasabi.
yeah,
And you were just like, oh, cool, I'll have the curry. And I was looking, and all it said was like gluten, soya,
Yeah.
and something else. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, you did ask, didn't you?
I did
You
ask, just-
yeah.
yeah.
the only reason I asked is because once I had a bad reaction in a Chinese place
Oh,
because
okay. They put peanut in a lot, right?
they fry it in peanut oil.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They didn't actually say on the
Oh,
thing. so
people
I
have
was-
died recently
I
because of
know.
that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. There's been, in the last couple of years, there's been a couple of
Jesus.
occurrences. And they get sued and shut down and things.
Of course. They're like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they haven't said it, then they're an idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
But yeah, so that's an intro to that. Are you allergic to anything, Keelan?
No.
Have you had worms?
No. I haven't.
Are you allergic to worms?
I have the most boring thing, which is hay fever. How great is that?
I don't even get that.
So you don't
Get
know
a
what it's
little
like
bit sniffly. No, I was saying to Jordan yesterday, there's like one, bus tree in Cambridge?
Yes.
That type of tree, I don't know what it is. Like if I'm in the tree or in a tree like that, and I'm like in there for like half an hour kind
I'm
of
really
training
allergic
for
to
me,
tree pollen.
then I get like a bit like, kind of my throat's a bit like, I'm a bit kind of, I'm
Maybe
a bit
it's just-
runny, like my nose.
Oh, maybe it is that then, because that's quite a big tree. It probably has loads of pollen or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's it. So I'm always kind of waiting, as I said, for I had some hummus on a plane once, and I eat hummus all the time, and I was like, oh, I feel weird.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Maybe you were just
I was
feeling
like,
ill.
yeah, and I was like, I might die on this plane. It was horrible.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're giving me something to worry about, because like I only worry about things once I know.
Once
that
you
I
know
can.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's loads of things I can worry about, but I don't know yet.
That's sometimes
Yeah.
what I worry about. Like I feel sometimes it might be a placebo effect, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
But I think,
that.
but I mean, because I have literally convinced myself that my lips are like tingling and things, and they obviously don't.
Mhm.
Whereas I guess the placebo, like your mind can fake a sensation,
yeah.
but it can't fake an actual like your lips. Yeah.
Yeah.
If your throat actually starts going, you're dying.
You know
like,
yeah.
that's always the thing. I have to remind myself. I'm like, okay, it's not actually real. Like it's kind of like I can feel like there's a little part of me, like a 10%,
Yeah,
even in my worst like kind of panic. I'm like, this isn't actually real. You have to cling on to that. But we'll go into mental health on another episode because that'll be a fucking fun one. Controversy is further up the list. It's not really controversy. I saw Marrero Gang put on Instagram yesterday. They were like, "Oh, it's 2019 and everyone wants to become Joe Rogan." I had a podcast in 2009. It's called We Film Everything. First parkour podcast, as far as I'm aware. Technically, all this is season 2. So it's the same.
I swear someone, was it Tom Taylor, said that he was like,
He listened to that. He listened to that.
That's sick. So
I mean, it's obviously not
I never
season
did,
2,
so I was
but
just-
I'm not. Maybe I was podcasting before Joe Rogan. Maybe. But no, it is weird. Everyone is jumping on the podcast bandwagon.
Yeah.
But kings of consistency right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking episode 7,
Honest.
I think we're recording right now. No, it's cool. I think the thing is, it's like, oh, suddenly everyone's doing podcasts. It's like, yeah, but suddenly everyone was doing YouTube videos.
Yeah,
It's a medium of communication that is rising in popularity because voice is incredibly easy to listen to, and it's you can do it in a car journey. Like there's only certain times you can watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like you can't drive and watch YouTube videos. You can't walk the dog and watch what you can, but like it's convenient. It's good
you said it was just portable. Like,
yeah,
so
exactly.
portable.
Yeah. Which
let's just say 5th unit, please. Why am I making bubbles?
I saw there's so much spit just came out your mouth.
This is like the ginger sticking all my saliva together. Anyway, no, I was just saying because you said
5th unit,
you should, because I did actually listen to a bit of that podcast in bed the other night, but you should put it onto like. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. What
iTunes and Spotify.
iTunes and, just iTunes and Spotify, because if you're just uploading to YouTube...
I mean, Dom was saying that he watches the Joe Rogan one on YouTube, but I just like...
Yeah, but that's different, because you could probably watch the Joe Rogan one and listen to it, so you've got like...
Yeah, my podcast time is exclusively walking the dog, and therefore I can't watch a YouTube video.
And I'm sure
a
lot of people's are.
Yeah, I think a lot. I mean, people were saying they did like drives to work and stuff. A guy said he binged every single episode of the Motus Prodcast in a day, and that is too much of like our voices.
That's creepy. No,
that's a lot. That's a lot of a voice. Like,
do they know me now?
Well, somebody sent me the meme that I talked about in one of the early podcasts of the kid sitting outside McDonald's. Like, there's this like I'm going to just explain it again. there's a guy sitting at McDonald's, and there's like this image, like a photo on the wall, and it's like this happy family like laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like eating his McFlurry and pretending to laugh along with them, and it says what listening to podcasts feels like.
Oh really?
It's like it's this happy and he's like
like joining in.
Yeah. But no, the reason for the controversy thing was Davis Vasconcelos, Varicose Venus, or something weird.
Sorry, what was that last one? Vallis Convenus.
I said Varicose Venus.
Varicose Venus.
But how do you pronounce his surname? I'm sorry, Davis, because I fucking love you. And he just dropped a banging video as well.
Yeah, I was going to share it and shit. I completely forgot. Sorry, Davis. No, there was a lot of like good clips that were saved that I really liked.
Yeah.
And it was from like loads of different time periods. I think
it was a very good video.
Well thought out and had some good vibes.
Yeah. But Davis said, like, oh, my favourite one will be the one that starts becoming controversial or something. So, fuck you, Davis. You're shit. And your sister's cooler than you, and your video was shit.
Was that controversial?
That was controversial, and therefore now we're the favourite one.
Oh.
It was all a ploy.
I like that. That's good.
No, his video was really cool.
Yeah. It's just Morero going next to that.
Well, that was because they did the Instagram thing. It was just to remind me of the tangent.
Is that? Did they were saying that the
Morero Gang have become I'm a little bit confused about their direction, because they keep posting memes and then training content and then funny videos. Yeah,
I don't like but the thing is, some of the memes I do kind of get, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, we're talking about that podcast one, so I guess it fucking works.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I feel like I loved Morero when they were like...
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone loved it.
It felt like this new like hip hop squad coming on the thing, and it was like, oh shit, where's this going? And now it feels like they're kind of flitting between things, and I'm like, maybe more hip hop. I don't know. I like it.
It's just the music thing.
I rate all of them so much.
They were making music.
Nobody was doing it.
That's the thing. It was such a niche, and they're
making a lot of comedy as well. A lot of comedy.
Well, this is the thing. It's their hip hop and their comedy went so well together because they would incorporate it together, and I just like. I don't know.
I don't know who it was. Either you who said it, or either they might have said it. I think it's just everyone wants to do different things.
Yeah.
I think I was speaking to them at Nijam, actually. It possibly could have been
okay.
They were just saying, like, everyone wants to do different things, so now they're trying to do a bit of both. Everything.
I mean, that's almost what it feels like. It almost feels like sort of on Tuesdays, sort of, I don't know, Kieran gets to make memes, and then on Thursdays, Connor gets to make this or whatever.
And then fucking Jamie does loads of training, because he seems to be...
But yeah, like, I don't know. It's that thing. It's like, oh, I want the old Storm free run back. It's like...
Yeah, but...
Morero, when they were like in their prime, was fucking banging. So, but I mean, if they want to move forward to things, I'm not going to complain. So let's bring it back to our guest of honour, Jordan. When did you start parkour?
Right, I want to make sure I get this right to the questions you asked me at the very start.
Oh shit, yeah, because I've already asked you that. I mean, that's just the basic thing, isn't it? Oh, you train. When did you start?
Wait, have you actually asked him that? No.
In the interview.
Blog post and the questions,
I can't remember those.
Yeah.
Keelan doesn't read.
I don't read. I don't actually have to read.
But yeah, I think so. I started training. I think it is 5 years now. And
It's not that long, is it?
No, I think it's a little over 5 years.
But-
well, properly training, anyways, because there was like a time period where I was switching from going from gymnastics to parkour.
Yeah.
But
So you're a dirty gymnast, basically.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. You're an Ed Scott.
Just- yeah, yeah.
Oh, we can do triples. Yeah, because he was taught by a fucking gymnastics
Yeah,
coach.
literally. But,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, actually, so let's get into the meat of that. How long did you do gymnastics for?
5 years.
And you were competing,
Wait, you did
right?
5 years before then?
Yeah.
And then,
No,
oh,
yeah, so 5 years gymnastics and
Oh,
then now
sick.
5 years parkour, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Ed and Tim and stuff, they did the normal type of gymnastics. Like, I can't, I don't know, it's not classed as artistic, I don't think.
What did you do? Northern
Well-
gymnastics.
No, I did acrobatic.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, you know, Cirque du Soleil and stuff.
Oh,
like
what,
that.
like
Like, getting chucked up and...
Oh,
so with a partner
sick.
yeah,
kind
with
of
a
thing?
partner. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in, like, a men's pair.
Ah.
So basically he
Are you a top or a bottom?
I'm top. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, baby. I'm on top. But yeah, I used to just get launched up and do loads of.
Do you have some
flips to
fucking
catch and
horrific
stuff.
bails where like the guy punches you in the balls trying to grab you?
I actually knocked out my partner like a few
Actually,
times. Yeah, by
probably
like
not.
double drop kicking him in the face
Oh.
because like he's meant to catch my feet as I come down from a back,
And you just
he's
blast straight through his
just
hands.
boof, yeah,
Oh
but that's
my
obviously I
gosh.
had my arm injury, and that's,
Yeah, is that what the big scar is?
Yeah.
So what's
Well,
that?
actually-
so
I saw this the other day and I forgot to ask.
Oh my gosh.
so basically we were just
For those at home who can't see, Jordan has about an 8-inch scar down his left arm around his elbow. Carry on.
So basically, I was, so you know, like obviously just a back tuck, like
Yeah.
a backflip, yeah. So
Even
he used
I
to
can do
chuck
those.
me up, and I did a backflip, and then he was meant to catch me in his hands.
But he was
like-
holding a fucking knife.
yeah, basically, he just wanted to stab me up. But he just like, and that's only the setup to get into the move. After that, we used to do full and stuff like.
Wait, full as in without touching him in between?
Yeah, and I used to
Ooh.
land on. So he used
Full,
to chuck me,
full?
I do full and land on the
As
floor.
in double flip.
Yeah.
Double
flip
back with two
so-
falls?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Have you got videos of this?
say.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to go back in the
After-
archives for that.
Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah.
What?
But basically, we were just doing the setup, and it was just one of those freak things. He whipped me a bit too hard, so I over-rotated. And as I was falling towards the floor, my left arm just went fully behind,
Yeah.
and it just exploded. Like,
What, broken bone?
so it was dislocated, broken. My wrist was broken as well. But the
What, so you
bone
fell
was
from like high up?
Yeah, well, he obviously chucked me, and he is 6 foot himself.
Yeah.
And I used to go like an extra 2 meters on top of that.
Is this on
maybe
sprung
higher.
floor?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah,
So did the bone come out of your elbow?
it didn't actually come out,
But you just had savage surgery.
but yeah. I got a metal plate in for a year.
Wow.
They thought they were gonna have to put pins in my wrist as well.
Yeah.
But luckily it wasn't that bad.
And it hasn't caused any like complications.
Look, I had
Just
physio.
blow on the mic.
I saw that move and I was like,
But I had physiotherapy, which helped a lot.
Yeah.
To obviously get like what I still can't do. I can't like turn it as much as the other wrist kind of thing.
What, is that your limit there?
Well, so that is my limit there. For
Oh,
that hand.
really?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, so I can't like go any further than that.
So
type of
basically
thing.
Jordan can't like get his left palm
Wait,
flat
can you
if
do
he
that?
turns it up
So,
facing
like,
towards
I
the
can't
ceiling.
Turn that like.
you're serious? You can't do that?
Yeah. I can't like.
And
that's
yeah,
the
because I
first
guess
thing.
that is elbow kind of, it's that rotation, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
But that's the thing. I thought I was really scared because I thought it was going to hinder lashes. quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
Was this when you were already training?
no, this was when I was doing gymnastics. But obviously, as I got into training,
Ah, yeah, because your fucking arm rotation.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But luckily, it hasn't hindered it.
Yeah,
at all.
because Blue from Storm did his elbow years ago. Probably not. It doesn't. Maybe not even that bad. But I mean,
Yeah.
he like. Well, I think he shattered his elbow, and he's had really serious.
Thinking about that makes me feel ill.
He's got problems
What,
where
like-
like, he can't get his arm straight like above his head. He's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so were you in a cast and stuff? Like
Yeah, I had like a full arm cast up to here.
Yeah.
I also it's so hard. It's going to be so hard to describe, but I had this like spider claw thing to keep all the like
Oh,
nerves
I
extended,
think I know.
tendons extended. So
yeah, I think I've seen that before.
yeah, it was this like plastic
What, so it could
molded
heal
thing.
properly?
Yeah, and it had like a sling for each finger.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it used
Yeah,
to
yeah.
pull them up to keep, because obviously if it was like that, because I was in the cast for so long, all my tendons and stuff would shorten,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
I wouldn't be able to
shit.
like fully extend my fingers.
How long were you in it for?
I think like 8 weeks.
Wow.
Roughly,
Bloody
yeah.
Was
hell.
that like? I mean, did you get any kind of special? Were they like, fuck, we have to get you back on track to be a gymnast kind of thing, or was it just like standard
No, I just
treatment?
got basic NHS
Yeah,
treatment.
yeah,
But
That's the kind of it. I mean, when you get like, I don't know, pro skateboarders and stuff nowadays, you can. They've obviously when the money's there, then they can be like, cool. We've got to make sure we get this ankle flexion or whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, it just Sorry, what were you saying?
I said Jesus.
Jesus.
It reminded me of something. I feel like I quite often see people who like break an ankle in parkour or something, or break an arm, and they wear their cast for like a few weeks, and then they cut it off themselves and then go back to training because obviously they want to fucking train.
Yeah.
And I think, the body's fucking incredible. Also, doctors, like, casts will always be put on for longer than they probably need
to be,
for safety's sake. And actually, I do know that they really try and mobilise you as, like, the last thing they want to do nowadays is put you in a cast.
Yeah.
It's just for legs and stuff, because obviously you can't
always putting pressure.
Yeah, the casts are the sort of safe thing, but arms and stuff, because my dad's friend is a radiologist.
Yeah.
And they were saying this, like, now mobilising and everything is so much better for it. But I always look at the people who like cut a cast off their leg, and I'm like, yeah, maybe right now it's feeling fine, and maybe for the next year it's feeling fine, but like in a couple of years, is it going to start? Like when you did physio, were you doing like a lot?
Yeah. I went it wasn't a lot to be fair, but I went like every week.
Yeah.
Like twice a week.
What
would you do? Because I've
just
been to physio, and it was
It was mainly my wrist. Well, obviously I did do elbow as well.
Max chat shit on WhatsApp there.
It's mainly my wrist. Like I did a lot of wrist exercises to get, because this was the struggling part. Like
masturbation is what we're saying.
I couldn't actually bend my arm past 90 degrees.
Really?
Yeah. So it used to be there. Yeah, and it used to hurt so much.
Wow.
But like they used to slowly push it, because I had the metal plate in. Like obviously it locked the bones there, and I had to get that back.
So man.
I remember having the metal plate in as well. So you know where that little pointy bone
I'd know
is?
exactly. I mean, that's I think that's part of the funny bone.
So the metal plate made that 10 times bigger.
Oh, really?
And whenever I remember I was in school and I clocked the metal plate on the table. Worst pain I've ever experienced. It like vibrated my arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the sound of it as well?
Fucking the
metal on metal.
Have you ever, if you grab either Toby or Luke on the collarbone, you go up behind them and like grab their shoulder, and they go like, and it's the same thing. Like, I don't know. I think Toby might have a plate. I'm not sure about Luke, but it's like they have this like tingle, and apparently it's just disgusting.
It's just horrible. Yeah.
Years
I don't like
later.
mine being touched, but I broke mine when I was like I fell down the stairs backwards, because obviously I'm cool.
Break dancing down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
Do you don't? It doesn't set off things in airports or anything.
No, I don't have the metal plate in.
Oh, they took it out.
Yeah, I had it in for a year.
I assumed that. Yeah, you said
yeah. Okay.
And then I got it taken out, and
Nice.
Ridiculous.
Oh, see, this is FOMO right now. I can see WhatsApp popping up, and George is going, "Holy shit! Look at the first clip." Fuck it, I'm gonna look.
Let's have a look.
Because actually, somebody suggested a thing that we should do. Oh, what? Savage Bale.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, it's gonna be. I think we've seen this. It's from the. Yeah, we have seen this. It's the guy striding across the rails at the FIG competition.
Yeah, the FIG. Strides across the rails and like clocks his chin or like mouth.
Oh no, I don't think I've saw that. I'll have to have a look.
Hold up, here you go.
Oh, here. I don't want to walk away from the mic.
It won't sound.
Not loading.
Oh. Basically, guy strides across rails, clocks his chin, falls on the floor. Thoughts on FIG?
Lovely.
Current FIG stage?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been keeping up to date with it.
As a competitive gymnast,
but like
a child of the devilish FIG.
The devilish FIG. Like, I don't really know what to say
I honestly
on it.
haven't. I know bits and bobs, but not now. Like I don't really give a shit right now, because I'm just not taking part in whatever FIG's doing. But,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how I feel. It's just I don't really want to take part.
Because obviously they're hosting the recent competitions, aren't they?
Yeah.
That recent
The
one.
But I feel weird.
Is
it weird? Is it weird that I feel weird to go to those if I was to go to those competitions?
What do you mean?
Like, it's just a FIG competition. It doesn't feel right to go to.
Like supporting that.
Yeah.
Supporting that.
Yeah.
Would you support it?
Well, no. I mean, I don't. But I mean, I've been having some interesting conversations with people who I'm not going to name names, because I'm kind of I've just been having interesting conversations with people about FIG stuff recently. That hasn't changed my standpoint, but I understand where people are coming from. That makes me sound like I'm supporting them. I think at the end of the day, no one is.
If it's in full action right now, I haven't seen a change that has made me dislike parkour.
No, because it's going to be a slow and steady thing. Sean Wood sort of made a comparison that sort of made me think a little, was that everyone used to complain when Art of Motion came about. Like the first Art of Motion, everyone was like, fuck this, Red Bull. Yeah. I mean, even like parkour clothing, like people were like, can't capitalize on parkour. It's a free thing. But then the competitions came along, and it's whether or not, like, I mean, 5 years time, the FIG competitions might be the new Art of Motion Santorini.
Yeah.
But my main issue is that it's just the people at the top of the sort of the pyramid do not give a fuck about parkour, and they've just clearly come in to capitalize on it. There used to be certain individuals involved who thankfully are now not involved, who I've experienced in the past, and are just scumbags, not related to parkour, just people, and they're just like, I wouldn't want to be involved in anything they're involved in, kind of thing. And when they were involved in it, I was like, fuck that. As far as I'm aware, they're now not involved in that. But yeah, it's an interesting one, because you have, I mean, they're doing these multi-event things, and they're doing the speed, they're doing speed, style, and then they're doing, are they calling it skill? I think they're calling it something else.
But is it skill?
Kind of, but it's like a weird format. It's not the same. At the end of the day, it's like, well, NAPC is like the best format ever.
I hope that can become like the parkour competition.
Well, that's
I think
the thing.
It already kind of is.
The really hard thing is, like, I can see why people would be like, well, why don't I just start going to the FIG competitions? Because actually, if you start winning them, they're paying out money. Like, first place gets money, and they're doing enough of them that you could go and you could make essentially a bit of a wage.
Yeah.
Whereas NAPC is not at that level.
Yeah.
I would love to support NAPC to the stage where it gets to that level, but it might take 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much we can do to speed that process up, whereas FIG are kind of already doing that. It's not going to change the sport immediately. They're already fucking doing it. Like, everyone sort of was like, oh, stop FIG. I mean, we fucking did it with a fuck FIG t-shirts. But, like, at the end of the day, it's not enough. They've come in, and now, because they can just get the ball rolling immediately.
Yeah, they've got such a big influence.
Yeah. I mean, they've got, so, and it's not going to be an overnight thing, but in 5 years' time, suddenly when people are kind of working towards the FIG competitions, and when people are, I mean, if it gets into the Olympics, then the style of the sport might change, because suddenly if like a precision has to be stuck a certain way for it to get 10 points at a FIG competition, people are going to start implementing that into their practice.
Into their normal training.
Right, exactly. I need
That's
more water,
so...
I'm fucking dying, but carry on.
Okay. No, I find that weird, because I just don't want to. Oh, you did gymnastics. This sounds really weird.
No, I
just
don't care.
Because it stinks of gas out here.
Well, you were the one who used the oven. Oh shit!
Oh no!
No, because I just don't want to be. I don't want parkour to be gymnastics. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But I think both of us really haven't like looked up anything. Oh, I can actually do this just for the time being. Now I'm using Giles' mic, because then we can.
I feel all
talk.
lonely over here.
Yeah, I know. This is how it usually is. I'm over there and Giles over here. No, but like, I don't want parkour to become a small little thing, because you said that Ed and Tim didn't do the same gymnastics as you.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be in 20 years' time. What?
Shit.
I think Giles left his
The
gas
gas on.
oven.
I am not fucking joking. Open every window. Can you not smell it?
Yeah, I can smell it. Right, nobody light anything.
Nobody light fucking anything. We're just going to pause the podcast. My dog managed to press the fucking gas thing on the oven.
Seriously?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's not paused.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
Well, that was fucking crazy.
Eventful.
So just to sum that up, I went to get a drink, and I walked outside the office into like the top landing of this house, which is where all the heat rises to. Like, it's this weird confined little area, and it stunk of gas, like oven gas. I was like, what the fuck? And what did I say to you? I was like, did you use the oven or something?
No, you were just like, did someone leave the oven on?
I sprinted down.
I was like, no, you used the oven last.
I sprinted down, and I could hear it through the kitchen door. It was like, tss, and Darwin was in there, and he likes to try and chew the oven gloves, which I'd put not on the oven door, like hooked them on where we normally put them, because that's where he just
on the oven.
I put them on top of the oven to stop him.
Oh my gosh!
It's obviously climbed up.
And we just tested. We just tested it. Like, if you lean against the oven or anything, it doesn't make the gas go, like with your ass or whatever. But if you use like your hand as if you were a fucking dog paw trying to get on top of the oven, all you have to do is move your hand a bit to the. But apparently, our oven needs servicing, because like ovens are designed so the gas turns off after like 20-30 seconds to stop that exact scenario. Like, it honestly...
That's kind of... Now that that's happened, I guess you're relieved.
I'm getting a service book fucking tomorrow.
Well, no, exactly. But imagine if, like, this never happened.
Yeah.
Literally the whole time you're here.
I feel like you need to be actually talking into the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, like, the whole time you're here, this scenario could have happened and you don't go out there.
Yeah.
Or you could have been in the living room and...
Or like asleep and Darwin's just fancy taking a little stroll towards the oven.
Let's light a candle. Boom.
Shit.
Wow. So that was a bit intense. We just opened every fucking window of the house, but it smells all right now, so we're still alive. We were talking about Fig, but I think we'll jump off of that because we're 40 minutes in and we've already almost died once. So
It will kill us again.
Yeah.
But onto the tangent of kind of competition, I guess. We first met in Rotherham, right?
Yeah, like solo. I can't remember which Project Underground. It was the
UK tour, Motus UK tour.
Yeah. So yeah, that was literally
I actually remember you now, but we didn't. I don't think I spoke to you at all. Really, we might have a bit, but like I don't.
Yeah, I don't think we spoke because I played stick with Luke and Max.
Sorry, I'm just pushing
so
Keelan towards the microphone.
Yeah. I played stick with Luke and Max like for the entire time, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then obviously, like, I met Charles, but we kind of spoke a little bit, but mainly about the clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time we kind of all met.
And then it was Airwhip last November, where I think I didn't even speak to you that much at Airwhip.
I think that's when I first we actually probably spoke.
Yeah,
I think we were watching the competition.
I was pretty hectic at Airwhip with the filming and things, but that was where I was like, oh shit, who's this guy?
Yeah. I feel like we met before though.
Do you think? Maybe.
I can't remember because.
Is it that awkward thing where it's like
no,
you
it was
remember,
like,
but because Giles is...
Wait, before the UK
Airwhip.
tour?
No, before Airwhip.
Oh, in between.
Yeah, because I remember like obviously going to Airwhip and saying hello to you and stuff. Like you knew who I was and I knew who you were, and it was like.
I want to say that I knew who you were, but I might have just been being polite.
Yeah.
Because my memory is so...
That's what I just said. Is it that awkward thing where
Yeah.
someone comes up to you and starts talking to you as,
but I
as
know
if you
obviously
know each
I'd
other.
spent so much time with Luke in Eindhoven and stuff.
Yeah. My memory's just so bad with faces and people. It's so embarrassing. Like
I'm not
the
great.
disappointment on people's faces when people are like,
Hey, Giles.
Yeah, but you can't just say like I'm sorry. Well, I
no,
could,
but what you have to say good to see you.
Yeah.
What I always end up saying is like good to meet you, and they go, oh, we met last year, and then you fucked it. If you just go good to see you, even if you have if you don't remember, then it covers your back kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so bad. But that was obviously your first foray or whatever the word is into competition, right?
Yeah.
And you ended up qualifying and then competing on this fucking gargantuan stage with like 4,000 people and all the Airwhip bells and whistles on there.
Absolutely crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've competed then?
Well, I did the speed comp at Hop the Block.
Okay.
But that was like so chill. It was completely different atmosphere. Like there you just trained on the course, and then when it was time to do your runs, it was just a case of going up there. They'd say 3, 2, 1, go. You raced against somebody.
So there was no audience.
There was an audience, but very small.
And it's mainly just parkour people, right?
Yeah, and it is literally just parkour people.
Yeah.
Like,
cool.
But whereas with Airwhip, like they wanted to put on a show.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a competition.
Oh no,
like,
Airwhip is a show.
It's more focused on the show. And I remember like I don't really get too nervous when it comes to competitions and stuff. And I wasn't before obviously I was everybody gets nervous, but like I wasn't like shitting my pants type of nervous type of thing. And yeah, I got to the bottom of the stairs because like it was unfortunate, but I'm glad I went first now because
you went first.
Yeah. First ever competition, and
First comp.
we were sitting in the VIP room getting ready to do all the runs and stuff. And then we're like, right, this is the run order. We're going to print off all the sheets. And then she just names out Jordan Lee's first. And I'm like, fuck. And Ed just starts laughing. And I'm just like, oh, God. But I got it over and done with. So, yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
Had you, before that, like, had many kind of aspirations for competition or like developing a competitive style? I mean, obviously you competed in gymnastics, but that was more...
Yeah.
Your kind of... it was displays, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Not really. Like, I always knew I wanted to do competition, but it didn't affect the way I trained or anything. Like, I didn't train like imagining I was going to compete, so I'd train a specific way or anything like that.
like-
It was just I knew in the future I definitely wanted to take part basically in some competitions.
Yeah.
But it kind of started when I went to Helsingborg last year with Kevin and stuff, because I stayed with Kevin for a week before Hop the Block.
Yep.
And Kevin was just like, you're totally taking part in the next air whip. And I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough type of thing. And he was
Yeah.
like, are you stupid? Yes, of course. So yeah, that's basically when the idea
You kind of
crept
started
in.
thinking about it. Yeah. It's interesting actually, because I think because of Air Whip, a lot of the like Swedish / Helsingborg based people are very competent. Like,
Yes,
they're,
definitely.
They're not
They
like
train. I feel like also just naturally they train like that.
yeah, that's their kind of like their line building is like
Yeah.
It's just all smooth, kind of flippy.
yeah,
movement
yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing,
which is kind of cool. But I mean, it does just to sort of point back in the FIG direction. I guess that's another thing is like it shows that if a competition becomes hugely prominent and there is a certain style that is awarded, you will see this not immediately, but in a few years to come.
Yeah.
But I guess that's progression of sport, so we'll see. What was I going to say? So what I'm kind of I think there's a few things we haven't really covered regarding you, in the sense that you're from Newcastle, but you live in Oslo.
Yeah.
You moved out there last year, right?
Yeah, in October.
And that was just I mean, if you want to read a bit more about this, I guess you can check out the website. But you were sort of offered a coaching job that was it was a good time of your life,
Yeah.
and it was kind of the right time, and you went out and now you're coaching.
Yeah, basically.
You're also working as a waiter.
just a waiter in a restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. And what were you saying? You're very lucky in the sense that both of these jobs seem to pay fairly well, given
Yeah.
the kind of style of work, and
Yeah,
also they're very flexible.
Yeah, extremely flexible.
Is probably the perfect thing for a sort of aspiring parkour athlete,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
Like, I mean, coming from someone like Keelan, who's working 3 days a week as a coach and kind of you're fairly locked in, and you're also not like the most keen person to do it, right?
No,
So
not at all.
but I mean, there's a few things here. Like, I think there's so many people out there who are like, I want to be a professional parkour athlete, and they're like, it's all I want to do.
Yeah.
And they have loads of free time, and they don't do anything
anything
else.
with that
And they're
free-
like, I
yeah,
have no
yeah.
money, and it's like, well, I think you're a sort of prime example of the type of guy who's like, you have the aspiration,
Yeah.
but you know that financially you need to be kind of
Need to be working. You need
Yeah,
to be doing
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because also I think that's like, if you don't show that drive already with normal work,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
how are you going to show it with parkour work?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you've got to, I mean, fucking Dom used to be a garbage.
a garbage.
Well, I was trying to say it in the sort of garbage man.
Garbage
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Dom used to be a bin man, like, while he was still coming out to Santorini and
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like, you've got to fucking put in the graft, I think. But for you, has it happened? Was there any given time where you were like, okay, like, parkour is the life goal here. Like, I want to make a living out of this.
Recently, it's become more realistic.
Yeah.
I'd say, type of thing. But I still understand that, like, I'm not gonna get anywhere with parkour if I don't keep putting the work in with other jobs and stuff. 'Cause like, what I found is the more you get around and the more you travel
Yeah.
to different events, that's how you get noticed.
Yeah,
like,
and that's what we were saying that on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
few
yeah.
podcasts ago. When
Yeah.
we like,
it's like you post Instagram content, but that's not going to get you all the way. You
Yeah.
need to meet people, you need to make contacts, you
Yeah.
need to do all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't put in work with these other jobs.
so you can afford to go there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, regardless of what I've worked as, like, I worked in a trampoline park. Well, my first ever actual job was working as a coach.
Oh,
Basically.
okay.
Yeah, like working as a free running coach, like in this really shitty little warehouse. But it was actually great. Like, I loved it. But unfortunately, if you read the blog post,
Because Newcastle used to have a pretty thriving parkour scene, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah. It's
fallen off, but coming back a bit now.
it's faded away, but I think with me, what I'm doing at the minute, people
Yeah.
have noticed and they've been like, oh, if we put the work in, like, things
Geordie
can happen.
Jordan
like, yeah,
reffing.
exactly. Like, I've came from kind of nothing, like, in this scene where it was a good scene, but it has died out, and
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
noticed that and just kind of cracked on.
Yeah.
Glad.
Yeah.
Nice. So I mean, yeah, like aspiration wise, are you? I mean, obviously we're intending on hitting up America this year for America and then Canada.
Yeah.
For NAPC. You've sort of mentioned that's on the cards for you wanting to go into, but I mean, bigger than that, are you? Yeah, where are you sitting?
It's a hard one to say bigger than that, because I don't really know what, like, because all I thought about this year was getting out to America.
Yeah.
Even before I was like sponsored by you guys.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You just wanted to get on that.
I was planning on forking out the money for myself to get to America for these events, because that's after Airwhip. I just wanted to compete in like more competitions, and that seemed like one of the biggest type of competitions, especially for skill. Anyways. So that was always on the cards, and at the minute, that's what I'm really focused on this year.
Yeah.
It's just, obviously now I get the chance to go to Woodward, which is sick as well.
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But then, NAPC and stuff, that's kind of the drive.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I have zero idea. I just know I want to continuously put as much work as I can into like supporting the brand, obviously with content and stuff because that's what I enjoy doing, like with training, is producing content type of thing.
You take a lot of photos as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
do you do paid photo work?
I used to in Newcastle for a little bit, but that was kind of just a hobby, and it was more so I wasn't doing it for actual clients. It was kind of friends of a friend type of thing. And I was getting paid, but
What are your thoughts on like using that as a subsidiary kind of, maybe not even for the financial sense right now, but like using it as a backup, like, well, keeping your level consistent and keeping a portfolio there so that if you broke both your legs in 6 months' time, you can kind of hobble around in your wheelchair and be like, cool, well, I know what I'm going to do now. Like, because I've always thought that, like, I mean, Kai Willis is a good example. Like, he's a fucking incredible photographer when he puts his mind to it, but then he probably doesn't touch a camera. Well, I mean, he's filming a lot of them now, but there was a period where I was like, if he quit parkour right now, he could probably work as a photographer. And I feel like, I think we spoke about this in a while ago. Like, I think it's just try and be as skilled as possible.
I was going to say, with you saying putting in as much work to back the brand and like promote the brand content-wise.
Oh, bollocks, the bloody video's gone live and we haven't shared it.
Oh, really?
Talking about content, we'll do that in a minute.
Alright, fair enough. Well, no, we've said this in our other one when we were, what was it, how to make a team or how to be sponsored or something like that. Just putting in the work in every different aspect, because if you're saying I want to be a professional free runner or parkour athlete, whatever, you can't just be doing parkour. You've got to be able to handle yourself, like,
unless you're incredibly talented.
And someone comes
exactly the most kind of like standout guy.
But it's unlikely a brand's gonna like take you on and give you enough money to just do that. Do you know what I mean?
If you don't have those other factors about yourself.
It's so rare.
Definitely.
And that's how, like, people like Dom, I'd say he's the most pro parkour person at the moment. Because he lives off of it. But that's because he puts in so much fucking work.
He's just got content.
Content for days.
Always
so going up.
And we say it in every podcast, but it's because it doesn't stop.
It's so sick. And he's also just always out training anyway.
Regardless.
You know, like...
It's not like kind of, oh, this week Dom's been working hard, good to see. It's like every fucking day for the last how many years. It's like somebody's putting it, and now he's it's like 600k followers or something. Like,
but it's not like he just trains for that though.
No,
he goes out training, just training, and then obviously if something comes up which is sick to film, he'll capture it.
There it was, film.
Oh god,
we got it out of him. That was all a setup. So, I mean, it just, something you said there just gave me a thought of what is the one piece of advice you would offer to someone who wants to, like, get sponsored? Now that you kind of, as a recently sponsored person, like, what do you feel is the thing that you have done in the last 6 months, a year, that's kind of, like, made me notice you, maybe? Rather than, I mean, obviously you came and spoke to me at Fulham.
Definitely, like, the biggest thing I'd say for myself from my point of view was getting myself to all these events last year type of thing, because that just allowed me to meet a lot more people, which meant, like, for example, I use Hop the Block quite a lot, but when I went to Hop the Block, I met so many new just friends. But they ended up following me on Instagram, realizing I had some ability. And then that forced me to put out more content because they enjoyed what I was doing. Then obviously I just kept on doing that all year. Obviously met you guys at Fall of Love and had a good time, but at the same time, like, I wanted to talk to people and continue making those connections without forcing it, obviously. I was just kind of like joining in, like if I was there, type of thing. But also just post clips as well, like with that. I know
it's the hard thing, isn't it? Because we're like shitting on Instagram, and then it's like, well, Instagram was a big player in it. Like,
exactly. Like it definitely was. Like especially after Fall the Love of Movement, like I had so many people being like, just upload raw, because I used to always.
You used to do quite a kind of like hip hop based edits.
Yeah,
right?
like get clips on Instagram, make like a little edit just because I enjoy doing it. But it means you don't get as much content out, and people don't see like the raw type of movement.
Yeah.
And after For the Love of Movement, like I just started posting raw, and that's when.
So you actually noticed.
Shit hit the fan so quickly with like people noticing my movement and stuff, and being like, oh wow, like
which is kind of reassuring to know that like raw parkour does
kind of is almost the like selling point.
Yeah. Which I definitely like watching as well for Instagram based.
You have to put in the work though, because like I kind of rode the wave of. I knew I was getting attention, and I was, after coaching at the gym, like, on one of my videos when I do the swing side pre, like, I don't get home until 1 a.m. because I've spent all night training, just, like, trying to get, like, stuff and clips and just,
So that's what I was saying, once something kicks off, I say, like, blows up or something, and you notice it, you can't just be like, done my job. Now relax. It's like that's the point. The gates open for you to start going. Shit, fucking post loads, and it works.
Yeah, it wasn't even like I blew up though. Like in terms of views and stuff.
But you noticed a change.
But yeah, definitely.
And if you notice that early on, then you're just like, okay, my chance is here. Like that's what people like to see. Which is really sick.
The really hard thing here is like everything you've just said is essentially kind of
contradicting.
It's
it's contradicting because I hate on Instagram, but. Yeah, no, there's nothing. It's such a
balance.
When we actually did our podcast about, if people haven't listened to that, I think we went from being pro Instagram to what's the opposite?
Anti.
Negative. We basically were like, it's bad for this, but it's good for that. At the end of the day, I just want everyone to do loads of different platforms. But you were saying like you enjoyed the editing, right?
Yeah, I still do. And
you're on Motus.
Having this opportunity from Motus means I'm already working on like videos and stuff.
So you can still kind of
on YouTube.
Tick the creative boxes.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the thing. I think for your personal self. In terms of just being an athlete, the raw Instagram is going to be it's going to be important.
Yeah, 100%.
And like you were saying, like you went home at 1 o'clock and I'm sure you wanted the move for yourself.
Oh no, definitely. Like,
but it's the bonus, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like the cherry on the top is like, oh, sick. If I get this, like, because I don't think anything will get in the way of like, well, maybe for some people, some weird people who are like so driven by social media.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably more in a case of like things that aren't so physical. Because I reckon, like, when it comes down to, like, the animalistic fight or flight fear bit of your brain, it's very hard to chuck yourself over a big drop or whatever, or do something incredibly risky, unless you want it, like, for the fucking deepest part of your brain. And I don't think Instagram can get... maybe it can, I don't know, because Instagram gets deep. But, like, do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but what I think... Because when I think about filming your own if something's going to be that difficult and you're trying to get it out there, I'd say it's not the uploading bit that you like, if that makes sense. It's watching it back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because even if you weren't going to upload it at all and you had no intention, it's like you've saved the memory.
Yeah.
So it is deep. Like you've now got it in your memory and you can show people. And that sounds really, really weird, but
But I think
it's just that proof. You're kind of like, I fucking did it. Like,
yeah. And at the end of the day, like we live, the whole world now is this showing world. Like everything,
of course it is.
Everything's a fucking stage.
Yeah.
So it's like we can we can try to object to it as much as possible. Well, not object. We don't need to object to it as much as possible. We can try and be aware. I think of it.
I think it's just. What you can't be like always. Look at me! Look what I did! This is what I did! This is what I did! All the time.
Yeah.
That's when you become a dick.
Doing wall spins and slapping girls' asses.
I saved. Did I show you?
You sent something to me and said like.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I didn't actually watch it. Was it not the same video?
No, well, I remembered it and I was trying to show someone. I think it was Milo, and I was like scrolling down. And I was like, he must have deleted it because it was that bad.
The palm spin and then he slaps the guy's ass.
It's literally. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Of course, I've seen it. Yeah.
Literally, it's not a palm spin. It's just he walks up to a door, opens it, slaps his girlfriend's ass, and then does a Webster.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
But what the fuck?
Cracking entertainment.
Oh, what the fuck? Why did you do that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Apologies if Keelan is quiet on this podcast. He keeps.
Sorry,
just...
it's really hard because
I know,
if I'm
you want to
talking
talk to me.
you, I'm like,
Yeah,
you
hello.
two say hi,
You two can cuddle around that side
Yeah,
of the
we're
desk.
about to kiss to be
Yeah.
fair.
All right. So it says one thing, but what I meant is one thing you hate and one thing you love about parkour. Could be anything.
Oh. Ooh, this is hard. Well,
It popped
I know
into my head earlier.
one thing I hate definitely is when people like kind of spoke about it just there, but doing something for the clip, like just setting up your camera and just doing it and doing it and doing it until you get until you get that attempt, and then you just leave it. Like, and that's the clip
in, like,
kind of
that's
thing.
it.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, in the kind of the once is never, like, if you were doing the swing inward side.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Swing.
Because I did that before I started recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did one attempt and like landed on top, and I was like, okay, I can get this stick now. So I set up the camera and then got the stick.
Like, at the end of the day, like, a real athlete is going to still want that move consistent for themselves out training if there's no cameras around.
Yeah.
But it's like, kind of, I'm just going to send this swing double. I've never done it before. I've got the camera ready. Done.
Just for the sake of
I landed on my knees. Okay, that'll do. Done. Walk away.
I really dislike seeing that in videos, and you can tell.
Yeah.
I feel like in videos when
Yeah.
it is that just like, okay, are you recording? Yeah, I'm just going to send it.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dislike seeing that.
Yeah.
In terms of love, just about parkour in general. Yeah. Oh, there's so many things.
Everything.
Like,
I love everything.
I love parkour.
I love parkour. PK for life.
I think definitely like just being at events and training with friends type of thing.
The community.
The community.
Yeah.
But it's just it's such a nice feeling when, like, me and Keelan were talking about this earlier on, but when you're just training and you're training with somebody who's got a similar style and they're trying a challenge and you join in with that challenge.
Yeah.
And you unlock that challenge together, and it's just
And then
such
one
a
of you
nice
might start
feeling.
like sort of changing it up a little bit, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh fuck, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
and it's like you start
exactly,
developing
like-
it together.
And then they film it when you were the one who created the line. And
Dom.
that's- Joke, but we were also talking about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, if there was no camera involved,
Yeah.
then like what would you be doing? I think that's what
Yeah,
you should be
yeah,
doing.
Yeah,
Parkour,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I thought of something perfect. Oh no, that's what I was going to say. It is reassuring because you hadn't actually spent a huge amount of time with Keelan before this, had
Yeah,
you?
No,
not at
we
all.
said that too.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you were the one I had like least
Like,
spent
least-
time with.
yeah,
Good to see you getting together. And also, it's funny because, like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know you that well when we put you
Yeah,
on the team.
not
It's
at
not
all.
like I'd spent months and weeks with you or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, but we'd done that risk with George. We didn't know him that well.
Yeah. But it's nice to like spend a bit of time with you instead of be like, okay, I'm pretty certain he's not like a fucking crack smoking racist. Like, I don't know. You'd kind of there's always that like worry of like, okay, someone's being introduced here, like,
Yeah.
because you can't just send over like a Facebook questionnaire and be like, sort of, are you doing pills every night on the weekend? Do you molest children? And are you racist? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think you seem like a solid guy, so it's been a reassuring few days.
That's good. That is. I'm not gonna lie. That is one of the reasons I wanted to, regardless of meant
To
to
Wales.
be going to Wales. Yeah.
To prove you're not
Like,
racist.
Prove I'm not racist. Prove
Yeah.
I don't do pills every night. Yeah. Just to come and kind of just
Hang out.
hang out. Yeah. Just chill. Yeah.
Nice. No, I think it's been a very good time, and I'm excited for the future. So I'm excited for this summer. I'm excited for Solar Destroyer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what's the date? It is the 23rd of April. So less than a month, we'll be deep into filming. Potentially the kind of, I don't want to say the biggest video we'll ever do because it might be shit. It might rain the entire time.
Yeah.
Everyone might get injured. But we're
Oh no! Imagine.
we're putting a lot of.
Everyone.
It's like a lot of internal pressure of like, okay, we're gonna get together and we're gonna do something big.
And like we
Yeah.
need to perform.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but that'll be going on in less than a month, which is fucking terrifying because there's a lot to sort out before. then. It'll be fine. I've got just Street Media Clothing written down before Music Minute, so shout out to them because they've just dropped a fucking lovely little collection. I think it's called One, but it's got like an H in there, so I don't know if it's like Juan.
Juan.
I think it's OHNE, which probably means something in some language.
Yeah.
Nice. They always put out nice clothes.
Yeah, they're kind of infrequent releases, which I'm sure they're probably like, fuck, I wish we were more frequent.
Yeah.
But they put a lot of effort in, and they always have stuff that's like it's like,
I feel like they always do things that are slightly different.
Yeah,
but
it's-
really clean. Like they do it. Like they haven't left something really like
Exactly.
This is super different. No one's gonna. I don't know.
it's not. Yeah,
They're
they've
quite smart.
They've
about
somehow like kind
fashion
of
and stuff.
nailed some form of a trend without being like a sheep. If
yeah,
you know what I mean.
and
It's
I
not-
can tell if that's a street media item. It's a street media item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about is they've done a hooded fleece in the. I mean, the yesterday and the day before it was fucking baking.
Nice.
It's like
But let's
hooded
hope it
fleece
gets
in
cold
summer,
again
yeah.
soon. And they did a holdall, really nice looking bag as well. So if you're not aware of street media,
That
get-
must have cost a lot of money.
what to make or to
A
sell?
holdall.
A bag. They're selling it for quite cheap actually, which kind of they've obviously got a good hookup.
Yeah.
All the quality's just dog shit. So, but yeah, no, I rate everything they've done so far. So I like the black and white stripy shirt that they did was like really standout. Like anyone who wore it in a video,
yeah,
you
you
knew.
knew.
It was
Yeah,
nice as well.
Really well done. So yeah, make sure you check them out. I feel like this
Don't say it.
is the most underprepared we've all been for
Don't
Music
I
Minute.
literally have no one. I'm gonna have to like
Freestyle it.
freestyle because I thought
I've got one really obvious one, but I don't know whether to do it.
you're gonna have to go first because I know that me and well no you've got someone, haven't you?
No, not at all.
Earlier, Jordan goes, "I'm going to do that artist," and it was
Well, yeah.
an artist I
I don't
recommended
know.
to
Still
him.
might do that artist.
I recommended this artist to him 2 days ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I might do it." I'm just gonna quickly, yeah, we're in Spotify. Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go first.
All right.
All right,
have
I'll do
my
it at
phone.
10 seconds
Can you use
past,
this after
because I was thinking about this one the other day. All right, so for my Music Minute, I'm going to talk about a band called Turnstile. I actually don't know where they're from. They're American. They are fucking the epitome of like modern day hardcore punk, I guess. Really cool vocals, like kind of Zach Della. I don't want to butcher his name. The guy from Rage Against the Machine. He's got a very distinctive voice. Fucking amazing album that they released last year called Time and Space. We got to see them at a festival last year. They were incredible band. They're putting out some amazing stuff. So if you're into like their kind of punky hardcore vibe, then definitely check them out. Fuck, I was gonna say something quite important and I've totally forgotten
9,
it.
8.
No. I've got 10 seconds on the other side. Fuck.
Oh.
What was it?
I don't know when he started.
They're really good. Oh, this album's like Refused. That it reminds me of Refused. The Shape of Punk to Come. It's got these weird bits where it comes in and out of jazz and stuff like this. Fucking banging, very like volatile album. Boom, done, nailed it.
Finished.
Fuck's sake.
I have zero idea. I'm really.
Do you want to use my phone
Turnstile
to
is the
look at-
band.
Well, I've got a
Turnstile.
few artists in my head, but the thing is, I don't know any behind.
Yeah, but neither
like,
do I. This one
information.
that
I didn't give any behind then.
You told where they were from. I don't.
No,
know.
I said they're American.
Oh, okay, right.
I want to say they're from like the Boston side, but
Yeah.
I could be so wrong. No,
Fair
I think they're from California. I don't know.
Wow.
Pretty banging band. We saw them playing checkers or chess.
Yeah,
Like,
we did,
we
didn't
were
we?
backstage and
Yeah.
we saw them just sitting there, and I was like, oh, that's them.
Sick. That's before I even knew him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wait until it gets to
the
into
minute.
the actual minute.
I've got 9 seconds.
But this one, I
Hey,
literally.
always
don't-
excited for
don't
Keelan's deep
It's
house.
gonna be so
Deep
shit.
house.
It's not.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay, so mine today is Death in Vegas, which we actually used one of their songs for that one. Yeah, exactly. So it's like some of their songs are similar to the ones I featured before.
In Spitting in the Wind.
No.
Oh,
featured
sorry.
On the
Button him.
podcast. Which are like some weird like house sort of, I'd call it like science fiction-y music sort of thing, and then it goes like closer to rock, and I basically don't know anything about them, but I've been listening to them a lot recently, and their whole albums are just fucking weird. Like some of them aren't even songs, but they're fun to listen to. So yeah, if you don't listen to actual music, you can check those out. Sorry, I'm aware that I didn't actually prepare at
Blame
all.
the
I'm
gas.
just looking at the
time.
time here instead.
Well, basically, you used them in the desert section of the Spitting in the Wind, the Joshua Tree, because you didn't.
Yeah.
That's
But
what you
that's
used
all
them.
I got to say, really. Like, you know, they're pretty good. If I
So-
like them, you like them.
Maybe we change it to minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, mine's gonna be
Please.
like 10.
All right. Okay. So that was Keelan's.
It's easy to do it when you know enough about them. A minute's too short, but if I literally don't know,
Yeah,
a minute
yeah.
is way too long. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I like them because they're like this,
Yeah.
and that's that.
I like the music.
Yeah,
I think people stress more about Music Minute than any other part of the podcast.
I always
I wasn't
stress
stressing about the podcast.
Jordan
it was
got in the
just
car
music
from the
minutes.
airport and he was already like, I don't know what I'm going to do for Music Minute.
I'm just going to talk about who I've been listening to recently, to be fair.
What, one artist? It's got to be one artist.
Just one artist.
Okay,
Yeah. So
All
when
right.
should I go?
Go at 40. So you got 5, 4, 3, 2. Jordan Tyler Lee with Music Minute.
Okay, so my music's going to be a bit of a change up from what Giles and Keelan listens to, but I'm more into like rap / R&B type of... Well, I'm into everything, but that's the main thing. There's this guy called Bryson Tiller, who I listen to quite a lot. He hasn't released anything in a while, but hopefully got an album coming out this year. But he's got an album called Trap Soul that is just... It's got some nice trappy vibes with some good lyrics. It's really chill to listen to, especially if you're travelling. He also released this song called Nowhere to Run with Ryan Trey, I think it is. And it's just a chill song. It's just nice to listen to, nice vibes. And I describe it as baby making music.
Oh,
Pretty much.
Get my neighbours on it.
How long? When did I
Well,
send
you technically got 10 seconds. What was the name of him?
Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
As in Bryson
Yeah, Bryson and then Tiller.
Tiller.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's my guy.
I mean, I was fairly sold on that. I don't know if I know him, so well done. You made it. You survived.
That
Good.
was scary.
You didn't
man.
It's
freeze.
scary.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna have a guest and we're gonna be like Music Minute with,
They go-
and they're gonna go, yeah.
And can I do it again?
No, start again. Yeah. Delete the whole thing.
Well, that's the end of the notes, which is quite sad.
Well, I think it basically means it's the end of the podcast. We're gonna try and we got to go and fucking babysit a puppy.
Oh my
Yay.
god.
Cuteous
so
puppy.
nice.
My mum got a new puppy and we're gonna go chill with it.
And the puppy's not tall enough to turn on any gas.
Yeah. Can't kill you.
Oh god,
It's got
that's so...
needly little teeth though.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you to everyone who listens and shares and supports. We're doing well on listeners and support and things, but I think podcasts are one of those things that without people sharing them, it's hard to grow. So any kind of, I don't know, sharing on Instagram stories, etc., we really do appreciate that. Because, I think we're both enjoying it, right?
This was great.
It's great. It's good.
This was great.
Dogs trying to kill us.
Yeah. It's eventful.
Yeah.
And next week it is looking like we are going to have our most high-profile guest so far. Not that you're not important and not that Max isn't
of course,
important. But we should have Dom Tomato in the studio, or Dom Tommaso. Actually, a kid in London came up the other day and he goes, "Hey, you Dom Tomato?" He's like, yeah. But yeah, Dom is looking like he's going to be about. So that could be a fun one. So
I think that'd be really fun, to be honest.
Yeah, we've got some cool
Really
things
would.
lined up to talk about. So
I'm curious what Dom's Music Minute is going to be. I don't have zero
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
what he
yeah.
listens to.
I reckon it's just going to be like, not. Can you call it grime? You know what you use?
Do you think it'll be grime?
Well,
not really
Dom is
grime,
a
it's just English
pretend.
rap,
He's a
isn't it?
pretend Londoner. So
Yeah,
It's like
totally.
all the sort of like.
Or it's going to be that one hip hop, Hilltop Hoods, and then the other one,
Or you listen to like the
the really
format.
cliche 4 Hours. You listen to them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And what the cliche
The cliche Australian hip hop apps.
but
Bliss and Esso.
yeah.
Bliss and Esso, that's
Yeah.
it. Fucking hell, I hate their stuff. There's like 3
It's
songs that
Australia.
every parkour jam somebody puts on, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much, Jordan, for tuning in, and thank you everyone to listen and everything. Feel free to give us the iTunes rating and things. Shall we? The real question is whether or not we name this one. I almost died.
Clickbait.
That is.
Yeah.
Can you
It's
clickbait a
true.
podcast?
To be fair, it's not clickbait if it actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, we did. No, well, we did.
If we'd had a lighter on the desk and
Yeah.
Keelan was just absent-minded,
I would have
flicking
killed
it.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if
promise
this
you.
room was getting enough because the door was closed, but
But if
fucking
I had a
hell.
lighter here, I promise you I would have like.
We would have noticed it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
Oh my gosh.
And the podcast would have just gone quiet. You would have heard it's like just like this. You're like, Giles, why are you on the? And Jordan's like, guys, what is this a prank? What's going? And then that, and then eventually, boom, like that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
no one would be able to upload it.
We're still alive. We're still here. So fucking kings of continuity with the podcast. We'll be here next week. Thank you very much. Love you all.
Bye bye.
Bye, Dick.